This week it's all about Windows phones released from HTC, Samsung, and well, pretty much everybody else who we didn't talk about, and well,
a little more Apple bashing.
That's right. Alright guys, we want to tell you a real quick promotion, what we've got coming up here in the near and dear future, just before Halloween. If you guys want to show up, we're going to be in Cool Springs, and we're going to be at the Marriott there in Cool Springs. We got GMX coming up.
That's right, Geek Media Expo.
That's right, we're going to be there. Make sure you check it out. whatisgmx.com. We're going to be there doing our thing. We're going to be covering as much geek as we can, from video games to board games, card games, anime, robots, people dressed up.
Yeah, come in costume. Also, Billy West is going to be there. If you don't know Billy West, then you're just not watching enough TV.
Also, Veronica Belmont from Revision 3's Techzilla. We're going to try to sit down and talk with her. We've got all sorts of stuff coming up, so make sure you check it out. whatisgmx.com. txTNationTV will be there. We'll be covering it for you. Hi, and welcome to txTNationTV, episode number 51. My name's Rusty G.
I'm Alan.
And like I said, this week we missed a few things about Apple that we wanted to talk about, but we're going to hold that till the very end. And one thing that we missed right after all those phone announcements, HTC.
Yeah.
They went and had their announcement, and it looks like they've got a bunch of new phones. Well, 2 new phones to be a little bit more exact. They've got the HTC 8X, and they've also got the 8S. Both of these phones are going to be Windows 8 phones that they're going to be releasing. They've got a good side-by-side comparison on the website anandtech.com, and you can check this out actually as I throw a screenshot up here.
That's a Windows Phone 8.
Yeah, Windows Phone 8. What did I say?
Windows 8 phone.
Either way. But you can see there, as you take a look at that, you can see both of them have a Snapdragon S4 processor. One is running 1.5 gigahertz, one is running 1 gigahertz. And then you've got one with 1 gig of RAM versus 512 gig of RAM, and then also your added on SD card slots if you want to go through and add in more storage, as most of your, actually every one of your Android phones have adding in extra storage, so that's really cool. The 8X having a 4.3 inch screen at 720p, and then the 8S having a 4-inch screen that's 800 by 480 with a super LCD. So really good phones. We should see these rumored to be coming in November. Also coming alongside with the Nokia Lumia 920 and the 820 just as well. And again, going back to the AnandTech website, you can see a good side-by-side comparison of both of these phones. So, you know, more Windows phones out there for everybody to choose from. I think it's great. I really hope that Microsoft makes a better stomp into the market than they did with the Zune, because obviously the Zune is now dead. It was a great product. I mean, it had a great screen.
Yeah, when the Zune HD came out, that was a good looking device. Also, I got to play with your Nokia when you had it.
Yeah.
And Windows, what was on that one?
That was Windows 7.3 Mango, I think, something like that, or 7.5 Mango maybe.
It's a really good interface, really easy to use, and big. Like he was talking about earlier today. He's now a Galaxy S3 owner.
Yes, finally went and got it.
He left Apple. He'll be back. You know, he went back to his iPhone like, oh, the tiles, they're not even called tiles.
Yeah,
icons are so small, you know. And the Windows, you know, is squares and easy to see.
Big and
yeah, just a great looking phone.
Plus, I mean, if you watch the David Pogue and the John Gruber with Charlie Rose interview, they talk about how David Pogue actually says how Microsoft always comes late to the game, but really good though. They took a lot of time with their design, which is what they did with the Zune. They came really late to the game, but it was a really great device. But it died. Is that the future of the Windows Phone? Who knows? I really hope that it's not, because even with the Lumia 920 having the PureView technology from Nokia on their camera, really good at low lighting, things like that. There's a page on The Verge that actually shows a good side-by-side test of low lighting pictures that you can see. I really hope that the Windows Phone does become that third one, and maybe it's not always just an Android and iOS battle, because, you know, growing up for us, it was always Microsoft or Apple, or even before that, it was, you know, IBM and Microsoft.
Yeah.
You know, there's always been a top 2 tier. Maybe this might be a top 3. You know, maybe, you know, Android and iOS do need a third competitor, and maybe Windows Phone can do that.
Maybe like that Yanko design phone, which you see here. If BlackBerry teams up with Windows and creates that phone, that could be a competitor as well. I think it looks really good.
Yeah. So, like I said, a lot of new products out there. Again, we missed out on talking about the Samsung ATIVS, which is also on the website there for a good side-by-side comparison as well. This is Samsung's delve into the Windows Phone. They're mostly, I would say, 98% Android phones that they have. The Galaxy series, the one that I have here, Galaxy S3, which is also, there's a rumor that was quickly put out that the S4 is coming soon. It's like, they just announced this in July. Are you kidding me? Which, but I mean, it's a yearly thing for phones now. I mean, Apple does, you know, the next generation every year. So, I mean, we know it's coming, and your phone is obsolete within 3 weeks of you having it. But I mean, at the same time. So, I want to reiterate: if you are a Windows Phone person, go out there, you know, try out each one of them. If I can go through and get another Windows Phone, I would love to actually have a side-by-side, you know, test. So. We'll see what happens, but I do want a quick note that I did get my Samsung Galaxy 3. I've had it now for just over a week, and I love it.
So side by side, pros and cons. Tell us about it.
Pros and cons. Pro number one is obviously the size of the screen. It's a 4.7-inch screen over a 4-inch screen from the iPhone 5. Or any of your other Android devices.
And that's as big as the ATIV is going to be, too.
I don't remember what the ATIVS screen size is, but it's pretty big. Outside of the OtterBox case, because I bought the OtterBox case that went with this because this is very thin and very droppable and breakable phone.
It's basically the same thickness as my iPad.
Yeah, it's very, very thin. We took it out of the case for a few minutes. Just to kind of see, you know, but I just really don't like it outside of the case. I'm just kind of a geek when it comes to that stuff. So, but yeah, I bought the OtterBox case, so it'll be staying inside this for the life of its use. As it may be 12 months, it may be, you know, I might
next week.
Exactly. So, but I love it. Yeah. Brightness of the screen is wonderful. I keep it really low. You don't like that, but you know, it's wonderful though. I love the fact that this has a task manager, much like you can double tap on an iOS and hit your home button. You can actually just hold your home button here and they pop up almost like the fan did in the Jailbroken. If you wanted to fan through your open apps, it's kind of like that where it pops up and you can, you know, swipe over and kill a task or kill all of them all at once. I love that about it. There's also double play or air twist or airplay or something like that. Those of you Android people know what it is. It's basically air syncing, just like what iTunes does now. But this has been doing it for a long time because on my HTC Inspire, I could do it with that. So sync over Wi-Fi. The other thing that I love about it is when I went and got the thing, I didn't get a chance to be the one to unbox it, so I didn't get a chance to be the one doing the video that I wanted to do. But I flipped it over on the back, and the wonderful thing about this is it says HD, AMOLED, you know, super screen, looks great, Android technology, Wi-Fi certified, but then it got all the way over here to DivX HD.
Yeah.
So for those of us growing up, you know, getting movies from other sources and things like that, you know what DivX is and what DivX can do. Basically, you know, if you have a home movie or if you've bought your DVDs and made digital copies of them that you've made on your own, I can play it on this thing and it looks wonderful because it does a full 1080p viewing on the screen, even though the screen's 720, but you can watch 1080p content and it looks really great. So I love it. I got the 16 gig version. I did not get the 32 gig version, so I paid the $199. And then I got a full bundle kit where I got the OtterBox case. I actually also got this little iSound speaker, which doesn't sound too bad. I don't think it was really worth the money that I got it, but it's all right.
It came with it.
Yeah, it came with it. And then I got the travel charger that went with it, also something that's kind of overpriced. But I was really going for the OtterBox that I wanted, so I got that case. Just about $300 for everything, so not too bad.
Not too bad. Tell us about 4G LTE versus what you had on the iPhone.
That's the other thing is iPhone 5 now has this, so don't say that. But anyway, iPhone 5 has this now, and if your city,
you know how to type that, please type that below. Let's see that.
If your city has it, you can get LTE in your city. Nashville just recently got it probably 3 months ago. So I started testing it out the minute I got it. I have hit anywhere between 35 megabytes up to 55 megabytes on just a speed test. That's it. I can play movies. I can play TV shows. Anywhere I go, I can pretty much play anything I want, and it
blows my DSL out of the water.
Oh yeah, and it blows my home cable out of the water, and that's what kills me is, of course, I'm paying like $80 for 22 down, and I think 5 up, something like that. And here, I've got whatever LTE. I really honestly don't even know what the configuration is. I think it's up to like 100 something megabits, but I've seen it top out for me at 55. So loving this phone, you know. And I would say I would love the same speeds on an iPhone 5 if that's what I was getting. But once I picked this phone up and I saw how big the screen was, and I was just like, I want this phone. And like I said before on the last full episode, you know, I saw Molly Wood drop it in water, freeze it, heat it. If you go back and watch the episode and click on it, you can watch the full review. But I just saw it, you know, lasting everything.
Yeah,
so,
it's a great phone, and it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, we've looked at this for what, 5 years now,
and it's just the basic iOS has not changed any, really, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I kind of want to get away from, you know, it's not full on Android. It has the Samsung, I forget what the TouchWiz, I think is what it's called, over the Android. So, I mean, it's Samsung specific stuff, but you know, so I love it. I don't think I'll be going back for a very, very long time, and I think I'll be sticking with Android for quite a bit. So. Yeah. Moving on, though.
We'll talk about the iOS.
Yeah, let's talk about iPhone 5 and iOS 6 and this stuff. This is stuff we actually missed because we taped the hits and misses for the iPhone 5 before the actual release.
Yes.
Now the release is out. The product is in hand for a lot of people. A lot of people are playing with it, messing with it, upgrading their old iPhones. You know, they're you know, seeing what's going on. Tell us what's going on.
Well, I haven't yet. My phone tells me to do so, but I'm not listening to it just because of, I've heard Wi-Fi configurations are messed up, speed, iMessages are being messed up. You know, just the normal stuff that when a new iOS rolls out, it's never good on that first week, month, year. You know,
I love it went all the way to a year.
But also, iOS 6 is now jailbroke. You can jailbreak it now. What was that?
On an iPhone 4,
yeah,
a 4th gen iPod Touch, or an iPhone 3GS. There is an iPhone 5 that has been jailbroken, but that software has not been released publicly yet. Yeah. So you can jailbreak iOS 6 on those older devices.
They'll get it out soon.
Yeah.
So, that's a plus, but still, I'm kind of, you know, just reading all these reviews and the hate mail and everything, and I'm just going to leave mine alone. I'm going to leave mine on 5. It took a long time for me to get to 5. I was on 4.3, 4.2 for a long time, and they finally introduced where they can use the flash as a notification light, so I went ahead and got to 5 for that. But the biggest gripe I've heard is maps. The new Apple 3D maps, which when we first saw it, you know, it was flying over New York City. The buildings look great. You can look in the window, you know, people are waving at you. Fantastic. It's just been a flop. From what like I said, I haven't gotten a new iOS yet, but I read that, you know, it's landmarks are not where they're supposed to be. Shorelines are gone. Airports are wavy. Bridges are wavy. Kind of like that old commercial. I don't know if you've seen it, but as I think it was New York where they built the bridge wrong and it just kept swaying back and forth. There's like one car on it. That's what all the bridges look like. What else? Just a lot of things are missing that should be there on a map.
And I think it's great that the joke is now going, and this will go away as Apple improves their map service. But they're showing iOS 5, Google Maps. Look at this. It has transit routes. It has walking routes. It has regular routes. It has this. It has that. It has directions. It has all this stuff. iOS 6. And it shows just like a circle. And then like, that's it.
But Google's been making these maps for a long time. They've got it down packed, you know. So, yeah, it's just going to take a while. It's a good idea.
Yeah, the article I read, I don't remember specifically, so I won't have a link to this, but there was an article somewhere I was reading that Apple actually went with the lowest bidder, basically, on working with maps, which was TomTom. And apparently TomTom doesn't have the. I think it was TomTom. Don't but they just went with the lowest guy on the totem pole that they could find, and so that's what they ended up with, was the lowest quality maps that they could get.
We're hoping this isn't a foreshadowing of the new Apple. Just taking the lowest bidder, speeding things up. Hey, we got to put that out there now, and let's, this post Steve Jobs Apple, just the products they're really not shining. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't say the iPhone 5. I'm sure he had his hand on that. But the iPod Touches and the iPod Nanos, yeah, out. So, yeah, iOS 6 update or not update, for you, not right now?
Not right now.
Not right now. I will update my iPhone 4 because I'll probably end up selling it to recoup some of the cost for getting this Galaxy S3. I might hang on to it for a little while. I don't know. I've got two of them. I got a black one and a white one. My mother actually took over my black one, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I really hope that as Apple builds from this Maps app, that they will learn what has gone on. There was one other thing, Scuffgate, which is not as big as what AntennaGate was for iPhone 4. But some people are getting their iPhone 5s and the little metal scratched on the side, or dings or things like that. So if you've got one, leave a comment below. Let us know what you're doing, what Apple's doing for you, or if anything at all. But, that's pretty much it for this week. I mean, we've, like I said...
We'll try to keep it under an hour.
Yeah, we didn't want to go that long again. So don't forget, also, I know we played the commercial there at the beginning, but... Don't forget, we are going to be at GMX here in Nashville, down in Franklin, just off of I-65 South, October 26th through the 28th. Check it out, whatisgmx.com. We will be there. We are already preparing everything, getting cameras ready, set stuff. I've got a couple panels that I'm going to be doing there for podcasting, so make sure you guys come out and check that out. A lot of nerd things going on, gaming, video gaming, video camera stuff. I mean, there's anime, there's board games,
there's Billy West.
Billy West is going to be there. My personal favorite, Veronica Belmont's going to be there, so I'm going to be very excited to see if we can sit and talk with her for a few minutes. She actually just got married this past weekend, September the 22nd. Her and Ryan finally got married, so there was photos of that online. And congratulations to them. Hope them very many happy years in the near and dear future. But other than that, make sure you follow us online. We've got a plethora of different places. I'll start it out. txtNationTV. The website is up. It is functional, but right now I'm working on something. So got some stuff in the background for that working.
Hey, look at that. We got a website back. That's great. Well, if you don't want to wait for that, just go to youtube.com/txtNationTV and check out all the videos.
And if you want to follow us on Twitter and you just want to read the news updates and want to be inundated with all the latest news while in between episodes, you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/txtNationTV.
Also, friend us, facebook.com/txtNationTV.
And again, everything from Facebook and Twitter leaks on to the other side. Google+, g+.to/txtNationTV. And if you want to follow him directly, he doesn't tweet as much as he used to, but he's still out there. It's Text Allen.
There's been a lot going on. And you can get him at Rusty G.
And that's it for episode 51. Hope you stick around for the Text Nation Text Minute, and we'll see you again for episode number 52.